Huh. Part of me's pretty tempted to end this series here. But I gotta say, I'm not sure this is over. And there's one more thing I can do. One more possibility. One more path. One more choice. Let's do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Sometimes this bloody thing has papers all over the damn place.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
First doors let me open back up again.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Just making sure of the structural integrity of the building. You gotta be careful during these filing storms. We get hurt.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, it's this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I'm gonna speed you up for fun.
Someone you've been
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
She's been waiting.
Yeah, that's right. You're at my mercy. I can play with your voice. Make it speed up, slow down. Whatever I want. I don't even know what I want. I can even rearrange your sentences into funny things.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your foot here, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your foot in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the foot has been about nothing but foot all this time.
I don't even know what they will be right now. That's kind of the exciting part. I know for a fact I've just created extra work for myself in the editing process because I'm more or less obliged to do it. You're at my mercy, and you don't even realize it. Like this quit button. Completely at my mercy. Just saying. I only know that because you're about to be an asshole to me. I'm only doing it, I should say.
That's her, Stanley.
Come to me, darling.
You need to be the one.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
Your damn wall.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Well, you know what? That was it. That was my last idea. And I think that might be it. And then, without ceremony and almost without credits, that was my Let's Play of the Stanley Parable, everybody. Wow. That was certainly something. Oh, I should lead with the fact that it was bloody brilliant. Really, I had no idea, as I said, I had no idea what to expect going into this game, literally. I heard it was meta, because like the Steam description says, it is a game, it isn't a game, it'll take you on a journey, it won't take you on a journey, etc, etc. So I was going in expecting something meta, and I was honestly going in expecting something quite philosophical as well. However, I'm not entirely sure that philosophical really summarizes that, and I'm not entirely sure that the game is... Don't get me wrong, the game is extremely clever, but I'm not sure it's particularly deep. If anything, I think this game is a satire of just video games in general, and an exquisite satire of that. And a game that went, what would happen if the core mechanic of a video game was alternate endings? And I think that's fantastic, it really is. And I wonder now which ones I missed, because I'm sure I missed one or two. I definitely got all the obvious ones, at least I think I did. Well, I'm sure people will let me know if I missed any. And you know what, I'm not adverse to going back to this game and getting the endings that I missed. If anybody watching this in the comments wants to leave a comment just explaining how to get an ending that I missed in a completely non-spoiler way, because if you spoil stuff you'll get banned, that's just a thing that happens, ask anybody, then go ahead and I'll hop back into this and try it, because the format is such that it's just so easy to do so. But yeah, this was absolutely exquisite, really does seem like the right word, it suits it so well. Extremely cleverly made, very thoughtful in the way it's constructed, where it gives you the choices, and sort of the subtle and non-jarring way it implements the choices into like everything that you do, from going down from something as obvious as taking a different path to even just... Okay, a scene which stands out particularly for me is, and this is just an example, I'm not saying this is the be-all end-all scenes, I'm not even sure which ending is my favourite, but the ending where it was the self-destruct sequence with the timer and the narrator was taunting you the whole time, and I was running back and forth to computers and stuff like that, and he knew, the narrator, and by extension the people who made the game, knew that gamers have to press these buttons, they have to try, there's numbered buttons all over the place, ones with different symbols on it, the screen's telling you to do stuff, and it's about to explode. Of course we're going to run back and forth, trying to work something out, just trying anything, and it knew. It's so insightful as to the behaviour of just gamers in general. Everything from it poking fun at, the over-interest in searching like useless environments like I did at the very start, just like, Stanley touched everything, but it won't advance the story. Just... oh, God. So yeah, I'm not really sure there's any other game like it, at least not one that I know of. They call it a parable. Now, parable means a story which conveys a moral. Does kind of, but the only parable to that is like, and what's the moral of the story? That gaming is weird? And that choices that you make in games are strange. Choices can lead to unexpected results. Yeah, they pretty much got that one down. Or just that the nature of like jumping into somebody else, like somebody else's, and making their choices for them. Me jumping into Stanley is just... it's almost going back to board. It's saying that, aren't video games weird? You're not watching this happen. You're doing it. You are that guy. Yeah, I want to give particular props to just, well, honestly, everybody who worked on this game, because it's just so well... It reminds me in Portal, and just of Portal, in just how perfectly it's constructed. There's no flab on it whatsoever. It's amazing. And Kevin Brighting, I think was the guy's name. The guy who did the narrator, essentially. He was amazing, and they called him impeccable in the behind the scenes thing, didn't they? I might go back and have a look at that, all those exhibits and behind the scenes. I think I got most of it at the time, but now that I'm not afraid of being spoiled for anything, I might go back and have a wee nosy at that stuff. That could be fun. But yeah, Kevin Brighting, really good as the narrator. And honestly, like, Stanley was the protagonist as well, the main character. But honestly, there were almost two main characters in this game. There was Stanley, and there was the narrator. And what an extraordinary thing, and I'm not really sure what higher meaning this would have exactly, but your choices would often affect the narrator's personality. And he would, it makes question like certain things. Take, for example, the real person one that I got. That was the last one, wasn't it? Yeah. The one where I unplugged the phone from the wall. The narrator read the script as part of this thing, just saying, it's like, Stanley encounters his wife and they reunites joyfully. No, and that didn't even happen. Like, but it's not like, I don't think he lied to me doing that. I think in that choice I made the ending I never experienced something different, and that is strange, because if you actually answer the phone, then he's lying to you. But his personality completely changes, and it's really odd with that, isn't it? I guess that's just the ripple effect, isn't it? It's like each step that you take changes not only the path that you're heading towards, but also the paths around you and everything that was behind you as well. I mean, the narrator apparently made all my colleagues vanish, but he only made them vanish in the ending where everything exploded. In all the other endings, he probably did something different, but we don't know because he never mentioned it. I don't know, maybe, I don't think I'm overthinking this because I think this is the point, but still, it's interesting, and it's a game to certainly make you think. As I say, it doesn't come off as overly philosophical and pretentious because of it. It just feels like a satire of games, which is really cleverly thought out, and which prompts discussion. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Great recommendation, guys. Thank you very much for that. And if you have other ideas for games that you'd like to see me play, recommend them as well, because, you know, you know what's good out there, and I love to record and experience these things on YouTube where everybody can see it happening for the first time, because there's nothing like the first time playing a game. Which is why, even though everybody requests it, I will probably never go back and do a series on Half-Life. I'm sorry, it's just, I've already played the game, I know what's gonna happen. I might stream it one day, but that's different. Yeah, and I have in mind the game to play next time, but that's going way off topic. So yeah, I think that's about all I had to say. I guess there's really only one thing left to do.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I told you we'd come back at the end. He can be a dick sometimes, narrator. But this one's for you. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. And I will see you in the next episode of whatever it is I'm playing.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. it was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.